Bears don't do that.
From a man cautiously trailing behind Bigfoot in Provo Canyon to a camera capturing the creature's face in clear detail, these encounters might just make you think twice. Could Bigfoot really be more than an elaborate hoax? Terrified hunters hear Bigfoot scream. Tonight's footage comes from deep within the backwoods, where a group of hunters stumbled into something they were never meant to find. What started as a simple night out quickly turned into a terrifying encounter that none of them could explain. The forest was silent, the air heavy, and every step echoed like a warning. A group of hunters wandered through the cold, dark night with their cameras and flashlights, though their objective remained unclear. After only a few meters, they heard a distant growl that made them stop in their tracks.
Whoa, stop. What was that? It sounded like a growl. It was a growl.
They spun around, flashlights trembling as they scanned the darkness, frantically trying to pinpoint where the sound had come from.
And it was decently close. Yeah, that was it.
They scanned the shadows over and over, hearts pounding, but the forest offered nothing back, only silence and the whisper of the wind. Then, just when they began to think it was over, a sound broke through the night. A sound so haunting, it would send chills racing down your spine.
There's a ground. Fall back up this way.
Snapped trees and twigs. It was 2021. Gary and two of his associates ventured deep into the woods for a metal detecting trip. After a few miles, they noticed something unsettling. Several trees along their path had been snapped clean in half, as if something powerful had passed through the area.
John says it's either Sasquatch or the Slender Man been through here. All the sticks are broken. Side Hill Gouger, does he bend stuff? Look at every stick here is broken, guys. It is odd, John. It is odd.
The Skinwalker.
Oh, the Skinwalker. Yeah, I hope not.
But Gary and his friends just laughed it off, exchanging jokes about what kind of mythical creature could have caused it. They kept walking, yet the further they went, the more traces they found. Broken branches, splintered trunks, and trees snapped clean in half.
It's very odd, actually.
Just in this spot. Would they land a ship here? Or? Just here.
And so Marshall, the third staff.
This is the only time we've seen this today so far. It's weird.
All one spot.
Ha! Whole bunch more bent sticks here as we continue on down the trail. Just everywhere. Every stick that is poking up here above the ferns is snapped off.
At last, they reached their destination. Wasting no time, Gary started setting up trail cameras all around the site, positioning each one carefully to cover every possible angle, making sure nothing could slip past unnoticed.
Just out in the woods with Gage, doing a trail camera roundup today. Gonna move some cameras and replace all the batteries, as well as grab any SD cards out here in the field. So I always carry one of these SD card holders with me, and the first thing I do is I swap the cards out of the cameras and I put the new ones on one side so I keep track. I only have enough batteries to do 3 cameras with me today. It feels like I'm always charging and recharging batteries. Well, this will only do 3 of the 8 trail cameras that I'm running right now. So one of the secrets I've learned over time is don't replace all the batteries. Don't take all the batteries out at one time. Take one row out at a time. and then put the new ones back in. That way, you don't have to reset all of your settings and your clock and your date and everything.
Then night came. The forest was shrouded in complete darkness, and the only way to see through it was with the trail cameras Gary had set up earlier. The cameras picked up faint sounds, creaking branches and distant movement until something suddenly moved one of them. Bigfoot found in Oregon. YouTuber Matt Oregon wanted to try something new for his channel. Deep in the frozen wilderness of Oregon, he mounted his camera to a nearby tree, hoping to capture wildlife. But only moments later, the camera recorded something unexpected. A tall, humanoid figure walking across the snow-covered trail. The figure continued to move steadily forward, its shape becoming clearer as the footage switched to another camera. This time, it was much closer, but before the lens could focus, the figure slipped into the dense trees and vanished, never to be seen again. The video ends there. The comment section was divided. Some viewers were intrigued, while others dismissed it as just another hoax, especially since the footage was uploaded on April 1st. However, one user, DSkywalker3397, defended the video, claiming to have experienced something similar back in May of 1998, near the southern part of Rice Hill, Oregon. What do you think? Man stalking Bigfoot in Provo Canyon. Provo Canyon is known as one of the hotspots for Bigfoot sightings, and sure enough, as he was walking along the trail, he spotted a tall, hairy figure on the other side of the road. It walked for a few seconds before suddenly sitting down.
What the?
The man couldn't believe what he was seeing. It felt unreal, but something about the creature's movement seemed odd. It looked like it was picking something up. Then, moments later, it stood and hurled an object onto the road. Startled, the man recording quickly fled, afraid that he might be spotted by the creature. Bigfoot spotted in forest. This footage, posted on Reddit by user Nick Spicy, was claimed to be one of the clearest and most authentic recordings of Bigfoot's existence. But just how real could it be? The video begins with the camera panning across a dense forest. The location is unknown, but it's clear that whoever was filming was far from any sign of civilization. Then he noticed something hidden amongst the trees. He zoomed the camera in order to get a better look at it, and then this happened. It was unclear what the figure was trying to do, but it appeared to be tearing the trees apart. The sound of snapping wood could be heard echoing through the forest as the man continued recording, carefully observing its every move. The cameraman stood still, observing patiently. But then, without warning, the creature stood up, and what happened next sent him running for his life. Bigfoot screams. The date was July 18, 2012. A truck carrying several people and towing a boat was heading toward a nearby lake in the Sierras of Clipper Mills. But when the truck suddenly broke down, the group was forced to take refuge in an abandoned house by the roadside. With no cell phone signal, they had no choice but to wait until daylight before calling for help. But during the night, around 10 p.m., strange noises began echoing from the distance. This video, however, captured everything they experienced that night.
You hear that?
What is that?
Stay here, Jude. Juno, stay here.
The video opens in complete darkness, with only faint outlines barely visible. The place they were staying in had almost no light at all, leaving everything cloaked in shadow. Minutes passed in tense silence as they waited, until the mysterious sound began to grow louder, echoing through the night with every passing moment.
What did you hear? What was that? It's crazy.
Not a bear.
That's no dog.
It's a bear.
I think it's a bear. I don't think so. They don't call that much.
They were all still unsure of what they were hearing. The sound was unlike anything they had encountered before, too strange to identify as an animal, yet too unsettling to dismiss as anything ordinary. Then the noises grew louder and louder. It was unclear whether the thing was getting angrier or if it was slowly moving closer to them.
Doesn't sound like coyotes. There's a dog.
The noises went for apparently 20 minutes more, but the original footage only got cut into 15 minutes. Do you think that really was Bigfoot screaming? Bigfoot agitated by deer hunters. This took place east of the Banff Park boundary, where a group of deer hunters were firing blanks, unaware that their shots had awakened a humanoid beast from its deep slumber within the forest. It was a towering 7-foot-tall creature covered in thick hair. Enraged, it rose to its feet and, moments later, grabbed a large branch, slamming it against a tree trunk with such force that splinters flew in every direction. Moments later, the beast calmly walked away, its actions seemingly intentional, perhaps a warning to the hunters to respect the forest and its unseen inhabitants. Bigfoot Almasty encounter caught on tape in Russia in 2015. It was a quiet and peaceful morning in Russia during 2015. Reports of Almasty or Bigfoot have been rampant throughout Russia ever since the 1700s. The video captures a dense forest in an undisclosed location. The person filming is heard speaking with a friend about something peculiar they noticed in the distance, just a few hundred meters from where they stand. It seemed like just another quiet day in the forest until the sudden sound of snapping branches and faint, heavy footsteps echoed in the distance. Then, as the camera slowly panned to the left, something suddenly emerged from the thick brush. At first, it was hard to tell what it was, but the movement was quick, deliberate, and large. What happened next would leave both the cameraman and the viewers completely stunned. The boys stood frozen, unable to believe what they had just witnessed. They couldn't quite make sense of what they saw. Was it a gorilla, a monkey, perhaps a bear? Or could it have been the legendary Almasty they'd only ever heard about in local rumors? Harley Hoffman's Bigfoot footage. The legend of Harley Hoffman remains one of the more puzzling stories in Bigfoot lore, a tale that sits somewhere between possible discovery and elaborate mystery. The so-called Hoffman footage, often cited by cryptozoologists and enthusiasts, first surfaced publicly in 2006, though it was reportedly filmed in 2001 somewhere in the remote forests of British Columbia, Canada. The short clip allegedly captures a large, hair-covered bipedal creature striding across a hillside, what many claimed could be one of the clearest depictions of a Sasquatch ever recorded.
It's absolutely real. I'm telling you, apply the same scientific principles that they espouse to that film and tell me it isn't real. Don't forget, science is an attitude. It's not machines. Science is an attitude of questioning.
What makes this case so intriguing, however, is not just what the footage shows, but who was behind the camera. Beyond his name, almost nothing is known about Harley Hoffman. There are no verified interviews, public records, or consistent accounts of his identity. Some online discussions mention a twin brother named Hutch Hoffman, but even that remains unverified. Hoffman did not engage with the Bigfoot research community, nor did he appear to seek profit or publicity from the video. For some believers, this makes the encounter seem more genuine. For skeptics, it raises red flags. How could such compelling footage appear from someone who seems not to exist anywhere else? The Prince Edward Canada Bigfoot. The footage begins with the cameraman asking his friend if he's ready. It's unclear why they were there in the first place, but it appears they were trying to shoot a short film. The cameraman struggles to keep his hands steady as the tension builds. Then, without warning, his friend suddenly bolts out of view.
You ready? Okay. All right. Damn it. All right, go.
As his friend sprinted toward him, a bipedal creature suddenly emerged from the edge of the tree line, leaving the cameraman frozen in shock.
What the? Dude, holy shit.
He tried to ask his friend if he had seen the same thing, but the rush of adrenaline was too much. Without thinking, his friend ran after the creature, and the footage abruptly ended shortly afterward.
You see that?
Logan Canyon, Bigfoot video. Nestled in northeastern Utah, Logan Canyon winds through dense forests and rugged mountains. Over the years, hikers and locals have reported fleeting glimpses of a massive, bipedal creature, tracks, shadowy figures, and even video evidence. Though unverified, these sightings have earned Logan Canyon a reputation as a hotspot for Bigfoot activity, where the wilderness still keeps its secrets hidden. The driver had his son film this video and noticed movement in the distance, something walking across the open area. Unable to make out what it was, he decided to start recording. After all, who would be walking alone in such a remote place in the middle of the day?
For anonymity. His son from the passenger side was filming the creature. That was the only thing said during the short video.
The camera slowly zooms in, straining to capture a better look at the figure trudging across the barren desert, its movements deliberate yet mysterious.
Personally, I was really skeptical of the video till the size comparison. Over 10 years of seriously studying Bigfoot sightings, researching the locations, I have found that Bigfoot is going to be where Bigfoot wants to be. During the game hunts, Bigfoot sightings increased.
The man reviewing the footage was initially skeptical of what he was seeing. As he analyzed the details and compared the figure's height to its surroundings, he estimated the creature to be roughly 8 feet tall. With each frame, it became increasingly clear that the figure captured on video was none other than Bigfoot himself. He quickly realized that Bigfoot roams wherever it wants, with no apparent reason to be in that area. And there was no mistaking it. It wasn't a hunter. The figure lacked any tools or gear a human would normally carry. Bigfoot is pissed. A video uploaded by Bigfoot hunter Robert Dodson opens with him speaking directly to the camera, explaining the preparations he's made and outlining what he plans to do for the night.
I'm up here beside the highway right now. Got here a little bit early, but 7:30, I guess another hour and it'll be dark, but still a little bit early being out here, but I'm out here. Anyways, I put 2 apples out and about 4 or 5 bananas. Last time I put bananas out, I don't think they knew how to eat them or nothing. So what I done was I peeled one about 3/4, left them all together, but I peeled one back about 3/4 away where they can see what's under it. And hopefully they'll let them know that it's edible. The last time I left a banana out, they just took a big bite out of it and throwed it down. Didn't peel it or nothing, but like I said, I peel most of one of them so they'll know what's, maybe how to do it. And I left about 5 or 6 hamburger patties, you know, they're cooked, and that got them strung up. And because them gardens down there, I don't know how long they're going to last. I mean, they're probably still getting a little out of them, but they're probably going to have to switch to meat here pretty quick or leave, which they'll probably be leaving pretty quick.
Dodson appeared to have tried luring Bigfoot by placing apples and bananas in the clearing, but it didn't seem to have the desired effect. As he remarked, the creature probably didn't know how to eat the fruit. Undeterred, he continued making his final preparations, waiting for nightfall when the real challenge would begin. He then ventured deeper into the forest, moving toward the areas he knew and suspected Bigfoot might be hiding.
Spiders hanging around everywhere. Tree spiders. About 9:30, I guess. Traffic's still going pretty good. I ain't seeing nothing. Well, that traffic's really loud today. Some reason, some days it's real loud out here, and sometimes it ain't. I think it just depends on which way the wind and all is blowing.
The forest was engulfed in total darkness. His flashlight pierced only a small circle of the wilderness ahead, revealing dense vegetation that not only limited his vision, but also made every step a struggle.
Off and throw it away. Seeing much anything. Thought I saw something. I know it did.
For a while, he sat completely still, the camera pointed straight ahead. Slowly, he began zooming and scanning the trees, hoping to catch any sign of Bigfoot. A creeping sense of unease began to settle in. He couldn't shake the feeling that something had been silently watching him from the shadows the entire time.
Seen it again. It's over there. down that damn bottom there. Where it went. Damn, I wish they'd put the battery in that damn thing. Shit. Don't do this at home. Whatever you do. It's right over here. Don't ever do this. It's right off behind all this. Turn around. Let the camera see it. Right. Big hill here. This is where it was standing at. I thought I'd get over here in time.
A shiver ran through him, and the oppressive feeling of dread grew stronger with every passing moment. Realizing the danger, Dodson finally chose to retreat, leaving the area before the unknown could strike.
Might be ready to kick my ass. I might. It's only 11 o'clock. I might have to get on out of here. I don't trust that sucker. He done throwed 5 or 6 rocks at me, and 2 of them was real damn close. I'm gonna have to think about it. I don't know if I want to stay or not. I mean, it's real early. It's about 11:15. That's about it. Damn. I'm gonna watch a little longer, I guess. See if I can. I shouldn't have run after it like that. I shouldn't have done that. That was not a smart idea. I'm gonna sit here a while. Well, it's 12 o'clock. I done got a whole lot of damn rocks thrown at me.
Sasquatch observed in the forest. In an undisclosed location, a man sets out on a mission to document one of North America's most elusive creatures, Sasquatch. Equipped with only a camera and basic gear, he carefully navigates the dense undergrowth, scanning for signs of the legendary beast. Scientists and enthusiasts alike have long debated the existence of Sasquatch, and tonight, in this isolated wilderness, he hopes to gather evidence that could bring the mystery one step closer to the truth. He carefully scanned the environment, eyes darting from tree to tree, searching for any signs or traces that might reveal the presence of Sasquatch.
Oh, like a week and a half ago or so. I'm not hearing it now. It's back in this way somewhere. There's the shelter. I just came all through there, checked the stones. Stones are all still there. Look at back here, eh? All kinds of trees have fallen down. I don't typically come back in here. I was back here once and I got lost. Rather embarrassing. I think the wood knock I did just killed it. I don't know. Birds. What was where I heard it just now? I am. I think I was. It's an apple tree.
There was an issue with the audio, making it difficult to understand exactly what he was saying. However, it seemed he was explaining to his viewers his thoughts and the preparations he had made for the objective he was undertaking that day. He methodically scanned the forest, eyes straining through the dense trees and underbrush for any sign of Bigfoot. Every snapped twig and rustle of leaves kept him on edge, until finally, in the distance, he noticed a figure hidden amongst the trees. It looked like it didn't belong to the wilderness. Without wasting a second, he quickly zoomed in with his camera to get a better look. What he saw left him stunned. The creature was sitting, engaged in something he couldn't quite make out, but its broad, muscular back seemed far too powerful for an ordinary ape. Thick, dark hair covered almost every inch of its body, and the sight left the man frozen in total shock.
Oh, come on, it's right there. I don't have my glasses on. Look at that. Holy. That's what's making the noise. Holy. Oh, shit. Oh, crap, I lost it. Where'd it go? Holy. I'm pretty sure that was the thing that was making the noise. I'm not seeing it now. I think that's it. Holy. Oh, cameras everywhere. Oh, look at that. What the hell am I looking at? I'm looking down there. I don't see it at all with my eye, but I can kind of see it on the screen. It's gone now. Holy. There it is. I'm guessing it's probably, look right here. It's probably like, I don't know, 150 feet away. I'm right out in the open. I got behind a tree. Holy crap. Oh, I must have this. Okay, now I'm behind a tree. I can't go behind the trees. I can't see it. Oh, there it is. Holy crap. Holy shit. Look at that. I can see it. It looks really dark in the... When I'm looking at it, it looks quite red on the camera. What the fuck have I done? No. Close that. It's gone.
Footage of Bigfoot proves non-ape appearance. The footage lasted just 56 seconds, yet it contained enough to ignite the imagination. From the very first frame, an ape-like face peeked out from the branches, offering a fleeting glimpse of the creature that had long haunted legends and wilderness tales. Its face didn't resemble an ape at all. Instead, it was eerily human-like, with strange, unsettling features. The creature's massive frame stood nearly 8 feet tall, its broad, muscular back and thick hair covering almost every inch of its body, making it an awe-inspiring and terrifying sight in the forest. Strangely, it didn't make a sound or move aggressively. It simply stared at the camera, curious and unblinking, before slowly turning and disappearing back into the forest. Belief in Bigfoot has long been a subject of heated debate. Some insist the creature roams remote forests, pointing to sightings, footprints, and mysterious videos as proof that the legendary Sasquatch is real. Others remain skeptical, arguing that these accounts are exaggerated, misidentified animals, or deliberate hoaxes. Despite decades of reports and occasional compelling evidence, the question remains unresolved, leaving the existence of Bigfoot hovering between possibility and myth. But what do you think?
Holy shit, that's a real bone.
Yo, Patrick, here's a knife. Dude, what?
From eerie figures lurking in abandoned houses to chilling encounters caught on camera, even a so-called dead man waking up in a morgue. These are some of the most unsettling moments ever recorded. Stick around, because you won't want to miss a single one. We've all seen Godzilla movies, but are you brave enough to consider that something like it might exist in real life? This video, uploaded on Instagram, shows a little girl recording what appears to be a cow's dead body floating in the water. However, there's something truly terrifying about it. If you look closely, you can see a massive creature dragging the cow from beneath the water. It's a crocodile, but not just any crocodile. This thing is a monstrous giant. There's something incredibly eerie about watching its massive body effortlessly pull its prey under the surface. But the most unsettling part is that the little girl filming the scene remains completely calm. Despite this beast lurking right in front of her, that alone gives me chills. If you're one of those who don't believe in Bigfoot or other cryptids, this video from NVTV might just change your mind. This footage is over 10 years old and claims to have captured a real-life Sasquatch on camera. It was recorded by a terrified mountain hiker who heard strange noises coming from the woods during his hike. As he panned his camera around, he spotted a massive black figure strolling through the trees. It looked distinctly humanoid and matched the classic Bigfoot description. After stabilizing and enhancing the footage, the creature's towering size becomes even more apparent as it walks away from the camera. Compared to the nearby trees, it's massive and covered in thick black fur. The moment the hiker spotted it, fear took over, and he immediately fled the area. I've seen plenty of so-called Bigfoot sightings, but this one stands out, mainly because of the hiker's genuine reaction and the clarity of the footage. If someone were trying to fake it, you'd expect more close-up shots and extended footage. What do you think? Could this be real proof of Bigfoot? Let me know in the comments. This next video from Russia made headlines in the news as it shows something truly unsettling. This footage comes from a CCTV camera inside a morgue in Russia, where viewers were left shocked to see a dead man suddenly waking up. In the video, we can see his lifeless body lying on a stretcher until it starts moving. The man literally removes the sheet covering him and begins getting up, as if he were alive. So, what is going on here? Some people are calling it a miracle of God, which, in a way, might be true, but according to a friend of mine who worked as a paramedic for 4 years, this actually isn't as rare as you'd think. After doing a bit of research, I found out that this phenomenon is known as catalepsy, a condition where the heart beats so faintly and slowly that even modern medical equipment can fail to detect it, leading doctors to mistakenly declare a person dead. In reality, they were never actually dead in the first place. Even though there's a logical explanation, I can't even imagine the sheer terror the nurse who discovered this man must have felt. This video will show you why you should always stay clear of abandoned haunted houses, because something like this could be waiting for you. This footage comes from a YouTuber looking at a creepy abandoned house in the dead of night, with only his flashlight illuminating the darkness. As he shines it on the house, we suddenly see a massive, pitch-black shadow moving in one of the windows. This figure is incredibly dark, and its size is disturbingly large. I don't know about you guys, but it really seems like this shadow was warning the cameraman to stay away. If I were in his shoes, I would have turned around and never looked back. It is said that hospitals are the perfect place for spirits and ghosts to lurk, and this CCTV footage from a hospital ward might just prove it.
Astagfirullah.
This video was uploaded on TikTok, claiming to have captured the ghost of a child on CCTV. As the footage begins, we see a nurse suddenly running out of the ward, clearly terrified by something. As other staff members walk in to check, they don't seem to notice a dark, shadowy child standing eerily still in the room. What's even creepier is that one of the nurses walks straight through its head, yet the child remains motionless. The nurse was definitely scared of something, but the real terrifying question is, why couldn't the rest of the staff see it? Was it truly a ghost child, or was it something far more sinister? Morning jogs are all fun and games, until a knife-wielding clown starts chasing you.
Yo, Patrick, he has a knife.
This eerie clip was filmed in Newark, Ohio by a Facebook user named Chase Pryor, after he heard rumors about clowns terrorizing people in the area. While jogging with his friend, Chase witnessed it firsthand on a footbridge. As he called out to the clown, it slowly turned to face them before silently walking in their direction. But as the unsettling figure got closer, it suddenly broke into a full sprint, charging straight at them. That was all the warning they needed. Chase and his friend ran for their lives, and the video abruptly ended.
Okay. So Patrick and I, we're out here running, and I swear to God, man, we just saw a clown. Yo, it's 7:30 in the morning. Have you heard about all this freaking out about this? Yo, Patrick, he has a knife. Dude, what?
Back then, there were dozens of reports across the US of clowns robbing people and even trying to lure kids into the woods. So witnessing something like this in real time, absolutely terrifying. People say dogs can see and sense things that we can't, and this video might just prove why we should believe that. This video comes from a dog owner who was out on a night jog when his dog suddenly became distressed and panicked. The dog kept stopping, fixating on the bushes as if it had spotted something lurking in the darkness. And when we slow down the footage, just as the camera pans toward the bushes, we can see something terrifying. A figure peeking from behind a tree.
Come on. Bruce! Come on.
The dog is clearly startled by its presence, staring at it without breaking eye contact. This video is a chilling reminder of why you should always trust your dog's instincts and maybe think twice before jogging alone in the woods at night.
This security footage caught a creepy sight. It seems to be placed in a house under construction, perhaps to see if anyone comes to steal any of the building materials. But as soon as this clip starts, we can see something coming out of the next room. It looks like the shadow of a man that is walking slowly, heading towards the next room. I am not sure whether it is the way the camera is set up, but the figure seems incredibly large, almost reaching the height of that tall door. It is truly a creepy sight. What exactly could it be? Is this some kind of a shadow ghost? Or is it just some flickering of the camera that created a creepy glitch on the screen? This hiker started recording with his phone while in the forest because he realized something might be stalking him. Although he shakes the camera a lot, perhaps due to being anxious, we can easily spot something in the distance, looking directly at him. The figure appears humanoid, but fully dressed in black, or perhaps black hair. Although the hiker managed to get out of the forest safely, he claims to have been shaken by what he saw that day, and is unsure himself of what he's seen, not knowing if it was a weird person following him around or something more creepy. Many claimed that is a Sasquatch, who got a bit too interested in this particular case and decided to follow him around. But given the bad quality of the video, I'm not so sure that is the case, when it can also be all a setup. What do you think? This elementary school principal from Nicholas County, West Virginia, had a terrifying jump scare. We can see him near a dumpster, trying to unlock it, but little does he know of what he is about to encounter inside it. As he removes the metal bar, keeping it closed, we quickly see it open. In that moment, a big, furry head pops out of the dumpster and greets the principal, who immediately gets scared and starts running for his life. The black bear climbs out of the dumpster and proceeds to also run in the other direction. We also have the footage of how the bear got inside it. A trail camera conveniently set up directly near the dumpster spots the bear as he just flips the metal lock bar, bends it upwards, and proceeds to squirm inside it. Apparently, the bear was not locked inside it, as it seems he can easily open and get out of the dumpster. So perhaps the principal just disturbed his post-meal nap. In this video, a security guard is walking through the halls of a hospital, recording his routine patrol. The hospital corridors are quiet and seemingly ordinary. However, as he turns a corner, something unusual and unsettling occurs. A humanoid figure briefly appears from behind a corner and then, just as suddenly, vanishes into thin air. The brief appearance of this figure in the sterile clinical setting of a hospital adds to the eeriness of the encounter. Was it just another person in the hospital? Perhaps a patient or a staff member playing a prank? Or could it be something more mysterious, like a ghost, given the way it disappeared so abruptly? Considering the setting and the nature of the incident, it's tempting to lean towards a supernatural explanation. This hunter caught one of the most amazing footage of Bigfoot while he was standing on his deer stand, waiting for some hunt. But he quickly realizes that the forest is home to more than just deer, as he begins to spot a big humanoid figure stalking.
What in the world is that thing? Doesn't look like a deer.
This went on for 20 minutes, as this Bigfoot seemed to inspect the area, as if he knew something was off about this area. If we zoom in on the creature, it appears fully covered in brown hair with a big and frightening body, while at the same time moving as if he was fully confident to be in that forest. But what came after was truly terrifying. Deep howls in the forest, as if calling for someone, or threatening anyone who would dare to enter its domain. The hunter at this point was frightened enough and quickly forgot any idea of hunting deer that day.
I've never seen anything like that before in my whole life.
I'm out of here.
These captivating photographs were captured by a motion detection trail camera equipped with night vision capabilities. We can immediately see an enigmatic figure, an anomaly amidst the natural backdrop of the forest. The subject of these photographs is undeniably strange. Its humanoid appearance is unmistakable, yet it lacks the conventional attire associated with humans. Instead, its entire form is enveloped in a dense covering of hair, evoking a sense of primal wilderness. Examining the creature's physique, we are drawn to its remarkably elongated arms, reminiscent of those found in monkeys or apes, which I am pretty sure are not freely roaming the USA. The creature's robust build further defies easy classification, leaving us perplexed and in search of answers. Many people have proposed that these images may capture a creature of legend, the elusive and mysterious Bigfoot. Tales of this legendary creature have persisted for generations, often described as a towering being inhabiting remote wilderness areas. And as we've seen in previous videos, there are more and more sightings of these beings. Could we finally get closer to finding the truth? In the heart of the dense forest, nestled in his cabin, a man finds himself thrust into a spine-tingling encounter. The tranquility of his surroundings is shattered by a bone-chilling sound that reaches his ears. An unmistakable growl that resonates through the trees.
For whatever reason, they're pretty close to the house this morning. Just out of sight, like usual. I gotta get to the truck to get to work. I don't really want to leave this porch.
The man listens intently. The growl, while reminiscent of a bear, carries an unusual depth that sets it apart from the familiar. It fills the air, signaling the presence of a creature that is not to be taken lightly. Whatever might be out there, the man says this creature seems to be pretty close by the sounds, but he does not seem to be fazed by that. But he says that he does not want to leave his house for work, considering what might be waiting out there. Recorded in 2007, this clip was uploaded by two mountaineers who were left wondering about what they had just captured on camera. They had been wandering through the snow when something strange occurred. They spotted a living, moving creature in the middle of nowhere, in a place where the two humans present were barely breathing due to the high altitude in the mountains of Nepal. This creature was navigating the snow as if it was no big deal. It looked like another human being. However, you quickly spot the distinct features, like being covered entirely in fur and being a lot more massive. Towering above the altitude, it couldn't possibly be a local. The creature was massive and completely covered in thick black fur, which confused the climbers. If it wasn't human, the only logical explanation they could think of was that it might be a yeti. Even to this day, people have proposed various theories about the creature, but not a single one has been proven, leaving the mystery unsolved. Could these mysterious creatures inhabit the mountains of Nepal? I am very keen on believing that these creatures exist somewhere in the world, and they are relatives of the known Bigfoot, more accustomed to these snowy landscapes. Imagine deciding to cross a lake, not considering the worst-case scenario. Unbeknownst to you, the worst-case scenario may be lurking still in the water, waiting for one wrong move. This is precisely what could have happened to a man if he hadn't been wearing polarized glasses. Before stepping into the water, he decided to put them on, and what he saw sent shivers down his spine. A giant alligator was peacefully floating under the water, waiting for prey to approach. Just look at the terrifying difference with or without polarized glasses. Without them, you'd have no chance to know that something deadly is waiting there. My advice to you all is to always take a pair of polarized glasses with you. if you head out somewhere you know crocs or alligators are present. I have to warn anyone who enjoys playing with a strong laser pointers outside. This can get you into trouble, especially if you point it up in the sky at some passing aircraft. Take a look at this video of this incredibly smart guy who decided to point his strong laser at a passing aircraft, and not just a random aircraft, a military plane. I can't say for sure whether this is the camera from an AC-130 or other aircraft, but this is for sure the military, as we can understand from the audio.
SAC, Air 21.
Air 21, go ahead.
Yeah, two things. UTL on the gun, and right now we're getting hit pretty good with a green laser.
11290 Charles, we're out to CJ. Air 21, copy UTL on the gun.
Just look at how persistent this guy is in being annoying. The funny thing is that this guy gets what he deserves, as the aircraft notices authorities about this incident, and we can immediately see the consequences. Police cars quickly arrive at his house and arrest him. So remember folks, don't mess outside with strong light, especially if you point them to the sky.
Right on, you guys are awesome. Thank you.
433, go ahead.
Unlike the last clip, this shows the creepy side of nature, which is just as rare as the most raw and vulnerable side. Shadows and secrets lurk everywhere, but sometimes they come out of hiding and make sudden appearances in front of humans, as if warning them and alerting them to their existence. Something like that happened in this clip, where a man ended up recording something so weird that he could not believe his own eyes. To see what others think, he uploaded it on the internet. But other people remain just as confused as him. The creature in the clip looked scary, and there is no doubt in that. But it was so unusual that no one could even make out his face. I am not sure how and where this was recorded, given the quality is bad, but the creature looks like a deformed human. Is this the infamous rake, or something completely different? I can't tell, but do let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. If you ever think that you are only in danger while wandering in the woods and completely safe when you are near your home where hundreds of other humans remain living nearby, then you are wrong. This clip will show you exactly why. This man was casually walking around his neighborhood, checking his phone, and perhaps thinking, what could even go wrong here? But the wild bear nearby knew exactly what it was going to do. The man spotted what was coming, and somehow had the courage in him to stay put instead of running. We can immediately spot the bear, running a bit in circle, and then going straight for the man. Thankfully, however, this time the man's luck was working, and the bear had to let go of him after struggling to get a better grip for some time. Car in the back helped a lot as well, as the bear got scared when the strong headlights hit it. Fortunately, this guy's luck was working that day, or it could have ended in the worst possible ways. Recorded a couple of years ago, this video went viral as it hit the internet. The family was enjoying some time together by the lake when they saw something scary. Captured on the camera, it was clear that what they saw was nothing other than a Bigfoot. However, since they could not come to a conclusion by themselves, they uploaded it just so they could see what others think about it. And not to their surprise, every single person pointed in only one direction. The creature was massive. It had a posture and walked like humans, but it was not a human, unless of course someone was pulling a prank. But if we take the possibility of it being real, the whole scenario turns into a dark one, as this family might have been in danger. But I do have to put up a question. Why are they avoiding humans? Is there more to the story, or are we missing some information? They say pets can see and save you from the things you normally are not able to see. I used to think of it as a joke until I saw this clip. This girl was peacefully sitting in her room, scrolling on Instagram like we all do, when she noticed her dog acting weird. The dog had its eyes fixated on one point. However, when the girl moved the camera towards the direction the dog was looking at, there was nothing to see. The staring thing could have been tolerated, but then the dog started growling in a creepy way, all the time looking at the same point. For minutes straight, the dog was just staring there, as if trying to warn someone to stay away. What was it that the dog was seeing? Was it really a ghost or something else? To me personally, it does look like the dog was seeing some paranormal entity. I would trust him and get out of there for now. This footage is from somewhere in North Australia, and we can see three guys who are posing for a photo, when in fact, the person holding the camera was filming them. As they are setting up their poses for the photo, the camera caught something bizarre passing behind them. The creature that passed them triggered a sense of intense fear, as we've just seen. Upon closer examination, slowing down the footage grants us a glimpse of this enigmatic creature. It defies conventional categorization, seemingly merging characteristics of both a dog and a human. Its elongated limbs resemble those of a human, yet they possess a slender, otherworldly quality. Cloaked in darkness, it traverses the terrain gracefully, utilizing all four limbs to move with an unsettling agility. This trail camera caught a strange sight in the middle of a forest at night. We can see some lights appear and disappear in the distance. According to the owner, there is no house in sight, and the forest is dense enough. There aren't many people traveling in that forest, and it would be especially strange for someone to be in it at that hour. The way the light moves from one part to another also seems strange. Could it be just some hikers lost in the forest, or is it something else? Has somebody else encountered things like this? We can see this video from the viewpoint of one of the bikers who are going through a thick Asian forest by the looks of it. For a long while, nothing weird is going on. They are just going through the forest, enjoying the sunny day.
Hey, good job.
At some point, they get off their bikes for a rest, and the biker leaves his camera on a rock. But suddenly, one of the bikers spots something, not understanding what he's seeing.
What the is that?
They go to investigate, but can no longer find what they initially spotted. But if we replay the clip in slow motion and zoom into what they saw, we can find a bizarre sight. Some sort of a creature with long arms and really sharp and long fingers, looking like some dangerous claws. The creature moves away from the rock as they spot it, perhaps being spooked by the bikers. So what exactly was that? It is indeed a very strange and scary sight. But is it real? I find it hard to believe that someone in a forest, upon spotting some sort of creature stalking, would just go closer to investigate. But what do you think? A group of individuals stumbled upon a peculiar discovery near a river that left them both intrigued and unsettled. The object in question possessed an eerie and unusual appearance, but what made it even more disconcerting was the fact that it appeared to be in motion. As the person is cutting into it, the tissue seemed to come back together, which makes it even scarier. Curiosity led me to search online for similar occurrences, and I came across something known that looks similar, but I am not sure if they are the same as what we see in this video. These are known as to-be-fixed worms. These worms are fascinating creatures that have the ability to densely pack themselves together, giving the illusion of living tissue. They are commonly found in the sediment of lakes, rivers, and even occasionally in sewer lines. But even with a logical explanation, encountering these worms in such environments can be a bizarre and bewildering experience. And let me know if you think what we've seen in the original video can't be that. The footage captured by a CCTV camera reveals a truly peculiar occurrence. In the dead of night, when the streets are devoid of activity an unexpected sight unfolds. From the corner of the frame, a movement catches our attention, drawing us closer to the scene. Within moments, a humanoid figure emerges, seemingly leaping effortlessly from the ground onto the top of a nearby wall. Balanced on all fours, it maintains an uncanny pose before swiftly descending and disappearing from view. Upon closer examination, the figure appears to possess the general shape and appearance of a human being. However, there are distinct aspects that defy conventional understanding. The creature's movements exhibit an extraordinary level of agility and coordination, surpassing what is typically observed in humans. The fluidity and grace with which it traverses the environment leave us questioning its true nature. Could this enigmatic presence be attributed to a cryptid, a creature of folklore or myth, venturing out under the cover of darkness, searching for its next unsuspecting victim? This security footage, captured inside a bar, offers a glimpse into a seemingly ordinary night. People come and go, engaged in lively conversations and enjoying their drinks. The atmosphere appears relaxed and uneventful until the late hours when closing time approaches. The scene transitions, leaving only the bartender and two other individuals within the frame. Unexpectedly, an eerie occurrence takes place. The chair positioned closest to the camera begins to move of its own accord. It sways gently back and forth, initially unnoticed by the three men engrossed in their work. As the chair continues its rhythmic rocking, it eventually falls right onto the floor. The sudden commotion captures their bewildered expressions as they investigate the peculiar incident. Together, they promptly restore the chair to its rightful place, but still wondering what caused it to fall. However, unbeknownst to them, as they focus their attention on the fallen chair, a subtle presence passes by in the background. Upon closer scrutiny of the footage, a ghostly figure emerges, bearing the likeness of a child. Its translucent form suggests a spectral entity, perhaps that of a playful spirit lingering within the bar's walls. Could it be the mischievous ghost of a child, finding amusement in pranks enacted upon unsuspecting people during the late hours? The ocean has never been explored completely. More than half of it remains unexplored till today. And that is the main reason it is way scarier and more unpredictable than any of us can imagine. Take this clip for instance. These guys were having fun on the beach. Everything was normal until one of them noticed something weird between the waves. Not overcoming the curiosity, the men had to go and see exactly what it was that they were seeing. To their surprise, it was not a sea monster or a shark, but a huge lobster. Not a normal size, but so massive that it took 4 of them to carry it out of the waves. The lobster looked very real except for the fact that it was not moving at all. And this is the point where we can think that it could be fake. Maybe someone put a huge statue of a lobster there to freak others out. If this was the case, then that person did succeed in their intentions. I hope it is just a prop, because otherwise this means that such insanely large creatures might roam the seas. Just as I mentioned before, the ocean is way scarier than we can think. It has mysteries lying deep beneath the surface that we might never know about. Every day something weird is captured by cameras all around the world that gives us a new perspective about the ocean. Take this clip for instance. The guy was just wandering around when he noticed something weird floating in the water. It looked like a trunk. Intrigued, he took his camera out and started recording. The thing looked like it was attached to something that was moving under the water, but remained completely hidden, so I can't tell what it could be. According to the man himself, there was a big possibility that it was a sea monster, and the thing could be a part of its body aimed to lure people into the trap. Even though it sounds like something out of a movie, there is no other explanation I can come up with. Do let me know if you guys have anything else in mind. This picture was taken in 2015 when a mysterious creature was found on the banks of a river near the town of Sosnovy Bor, Russia, which was built in the 1950s to serve the Leningrad nuclear power plant. Its elongated body, claw feet, and mysterious skull have gotten alien hunters excited at what could be evidence of life on other planets. Either that or it's a mutant chicken embryo, which is what experts first thought it might have been. However, some believe that if it is a corpse, it isn't from any known animal on the planet. To be fair, the body does look a bit like the aliens from movies. Though what it was doing, poking around a nuclear power plant in the middle of Russia, is anyone's guess. I personally lean to the idea that the nuclear waste might have affected some animals in the area, giving rise to this abomination. Mutations can be way scarier than anyone can ever think. These mutations, which were very rare before, have been happening quite often these days, especially in India, where every other day we see, for some unknown reason, a case of cows or goats with weird mutations being born. This clip shows a glimpse into one of such cases. This cow gave birth to a calf, but unfortunately, it was not born normal. It had 2 heads instead of a normal one. The survival of the calf in these kinds of cases is very rare. Hardly any of these have survived for months, let alone years. But that won't stop the mother from caring for what she has just given birth to. We can only hope these things stop and someone finds a better solution to this problem, which appears to be increasing with every passing day. If you got so far in the video, it means you're a dedicated viewer. Thank you. And if you subscribe and hit the bell button, I promise to keep posting these for you to enjoy. In a video capturing one of the many encounters one might have on desolate roads, a strange humanoid figure is observed walking along the side of the road. The creature appears slightly hunched with a primitive posture and moves at a slow pace. From a distance, it seems to be covered in thick black fur. While some viewers initially identified it as the legendary Bigfoot, there are distinctions that suggest otherwise. Unlike Bigfoot, which is known for its tall stature, different posture, and distinctive walk, this creature displayed characteristics that deviate from the typical Bigfoot description. Additionally, Bigfoot sightings usually occur near wooded areas or mountains, making the isolated road setting an unusual location for such an encounter. The mystery surrounding the identity and purpose of this creature in the middle of nowhere leaves unanswered questions, emphasizing the enigmatic nature of such encounters. As this family went for a picnic out in the wild, they had no idea what they were about to witness. At first, they spotted just some branch piles, but after some time, they started sensing that someone was following them. As they took their cameras out and started recording, they succeeded in capturing a shadowy figure standing behind one of the trees. It was daytime with everything clear, but still, they couldn't make out what exactly the figure standing was, staring at them. Was it the infamous Bigfoot? Or was it some other mysterious deadly creature lurking in the depths of the woods? For the first few seconds, they did not think much of the creature, but then it started to come closer to them, freaking them out, and so they ended up running away. What was that thing? Recorded and uploaded in 2007 by a security camera mounted on a highway, this clip shows a mysterious creature crossing the road in the scariest manner. In the middle of the night, when hardly any traffic could be seen, the creature, which looked like a crouched humanoid figure, came from one side of the road and disappeared on the other after crossing. If we slow the video down and stabilize it a bit, we can see that the figure clearly had 4 limbs and a head, but it is the walk that makes it unlike any human. As the video hit the internet, it had everyone in shock. No one could tell what it was. To some, it was an alienoid creature, while to others, this was proof of the existence of the famous rake. Ask me, and I'd say I lean towards the idea that this is footage of the rake. What do you think? This reporter was busy giving the audience a live tour of a scary cemetery at night. She had no idea what was happening behind her. She could be seen being her usual self, while right behind her, some smoke appeared out of nowhere. And surprisingly, it was also shaped somehow like a human figure. The situation, the setting, and the time of the night all pointed in one direction. The smoke was nothing but a ghost, wandering in the cemetery, which was already famous for ghost sightings. The channel or the reporter did not say anything about it, but many of the people watching the live session instantly noticed it. However, no one was sure if it was really a ghost or something set up by the channel's crew to cause controversy and gain more views. This video was released by the police back in 2006, following the disappearance of a hiker in the remote forests of northwestern Alberta, Canada. The mystery surrounding this case remains unsolved to this day. In the video, the hiker is exploring the wilderness of northwestern Alberta. He mentions that the local townspeople had been talking about strange events occurring in the forest.
I'm currently up in the woods due to, well, what the town's been talking about, how there's been some weird occurrences.
As he's talking, a growling, yell-like noise echoes from a distance, sending shivers down the hiker's spine.
Oh god. What?
It's a terrifying sound, and he begins to fear that something aggressive might be nearby. Startled and frightened, the hiker hastily makes a run for it. As he flees, the camera captures the sound of branches snapping under the weight of something moving through the woods. The hiker eventually stops running, but just as he does, that eerie growling noise returns, and he resumes his frantic sprint.
Okay, alright. Okay, I'm not like this. Oh shit, I can't.
Sadly, during his panicked escape, he trips and falls to the ground. As he gasps for breath, the camera points upwards towards the trees. Then, ominous rumbling footsteps can be heard approaching. The video goes dark, and as it does, we're left with the unsettling sound of something breaking. Whether the breaking sound was of branches or something even more chilling, like the hiker's bones, remains a haunting mystery. Recorded by two men who were driving home when they spotted a man standing on the side of the road, more near the trees and bushes than the road. Thinking he might be in need of some help, they stopped the car and shouted at him to get his attention.
Buddy! How you doing? Oh! Just some cruisers, man. That's crazy shit. Guys crawling at me like a goddamn... What's up, dude?
The man who already had all his attention towards these guys started moving towards them, but that's when the scary stuff happened. The man wasn't moving in a normal way. He was crawling in a creepy manner, and had a weird look on his face as well. It looked like a zombie or something, which of course scared the men so much they thought it better to just start their car and move as fast as they could out of the place, leaving the creepy man behind. As the video was uploaded, many people claimed that it could be the infamous Skinwalker, who was approaching the men with ill intentions, of course. And truth be told, I myself think this clip and the creepy guy are both very real and very terrifying. This footage was taken on the Vermont-Canadian border, and many people believe it captures the elusive legendary creature known as Bigfoot. In the video, shot by a hiker, we get a glimpse of a dense forest in the distance with a massive figure standing at its edge. The creature appears to have an ape-like quality. Moreover, the creature's sheer size evident when compared to the surrounding trees. Upon closer inspection, as the hiker zooms in, we can discern the creature's face, which seems to be a blend of human and gorilla features. What adds an eerie element to the scene is the fact that this formidable creature is simply standing there, gazing at the hiker from a considerable distance. Hopefully, its intentions are merely driven by curiosity. A group of friends embarked on a camping adventure, and one of them ventured a bit ahead to capture some video clips for lasting memories. Little did he know that he would capture something unforgettable. In the video, showcasing the serene woods, the cameraman hears the unmistakable sound of breaking wood, as if someone stepped on a branch. Confused, he turns the camera towards the source of the sound, and is astonished to record a hairy, humanoid figure swiftly running through the woods. This being, covered in thick brown hair, displayed a remarkably humanoid posture and running style. The speculation leans towards a potential sighting of Bigfoot. However, if that's the case, then this was my first time seeing that agile and quick Bigfoot, and that terrifies me. A user by the name of Ludrew recently shared a mysterious photo on the Ghosts subreddit, taken back in 2009 during a family visit to Oxford Castle. The photo was an accidental shot captured on a digital camera while descending the stairs from the tower. In the image, a figure in a cloak or someone wearing a white dress is visible in a doorway. What makes it eerie is that, as the guy mentioned, the room was believed to be empty. When he and his cousin climbed the tower, they checked the doorway and saw no sign of a figure in a white dress. The discovery of this photo happened only after returning home and going through the pictures from that day. Interestingly, there's a ghost tale associated with the castle, believed to be Empress Matilda, often depicted draped in a white cloak or robe. However, Ludrew points out that the castle conducts ghost tours at night, with staff dressed as historical characters. Despite this, the room in question was empty during their daytime visit, and there were no other costumes or staff in character. The owner of the footage, not a strong believer in ghosts, is looking for insights from those familiar with Oxford or the castle to help explain or debunk the mysterious photo. So if anyone has expertise, please share your thoughts in the comments section. Ever watched those zombie movies where everyone, including crows, turns into zombies? Well, this video from Florida captures something eerily similar in real life. In the footage, we see a strange crow in a car parking lot. The person recording is confused and a bit weirded out because the crow doesn't look normal. Its head is tilted as if its neck is broken, and it struggles to support the weight of its head. The crow's body appears roughed up, with a disheveled tail missing multiple feathers. What's particularly unsettling is how it stands there with vacant eyes. Some viewers suggest it might be a zombie crow infected with a zombie virus, but I'm skeptical. I think this unfortunate crow probably had a skirmish with another predator bird, or got into an accident, maybe with a moving vehicle or something similar. We've all come across numerous Bigfoot sightings, usually with the creature either wandering around or attempting to stay hidden from cameras. However, this video presents a rare glimpse of Bigfoot returning from a hunting expedition. Filmed by a forest guard in a Canadian forest, the footage captures a large, hairy creature moving through the woods. What's intriguing is that the Bigfoot appears to be holding something small in its hand, likely a prey it captured. The creature in Bigfoot's hand resembles something with wings, perhaps a chicken, turkey, or a bird. Additionally, Bigfoot's walk has a humanoid quality, and it seems oblivious to the forest guard recording it. It's quite fascinating to witness that Bigfoot, in this instance, is portrayed as a meat eater, showing a preference for smaller prey like birds. However, The thing I'm curious about is whether this Bigfoot will eat that thing raw, or perhaps make a fire first to cook it. One of the intriguing technologies in the military arsenal is the submarine, equipped with advanced tools like sonar. Sonar is a crucial system used by submarines to detect targets underwater. However, the sound waves it emits can be quite daunting if you happen to be in their path, as experienced by these unfortunate divers in a video. This footage comes from a diving team exploring ocean depths to study aquatic life. While navigating, they encountered a sharp sound that left them confused. Despite the initial confusion, they continued their underwater exploration, seemingly harmless, right? Well, there's a theoretical concern that powerful sound waves like this could impact the formation of gas bubbles in a diver's body. This could potentially worsen conditions such as nitrogen narcosis or decompression sickness, commonly known as the bends. Fortunately, both divers were lucky to emerge unharmed from the encounter with the sharp sonar. It's worth noting that sonar sounds may also play a role in the increasing number of whales ending up stranded on beaches. If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. A chilling video captured by my friend's home security camera left me quite unsettled. In the footage, we observed the main door of my friend's house. Suddenly, a large shadow swiftly moves across the frame. What adds to the spookiness is that the second camera on the opposite wall, to the right of the door, is triggered by this shadow. You can see the little red light coming on as the figure passes by. Now, you might wonder if it could be someone from my friend's family or household. However, this incident occurred in the middle of the night, and the only person at home was my friend, who was fast asleep at that time. While one might consider a logical explanation, like a camera glitch, it's hard to dismiss the idea when two cameras glitch simultaneously. Contemplating this, the video sends shivers down my spine, raising the eerie possibility of a ghost or spirit now residing in my friend's house. According to the man who recorded this clip, he was crossing the bridge when he heard sounds coming from underneath, so he went in to investigate. At first, there was nothing but unusually grown weed everywhere, but after a few seconds, he could see where the noise was coming from, because just then, a weird figure appeared in the darkness. Before we could make out what the figure was and what it was doing there, it ran, which freaked the man out as well, and he ended up running for his life and stopped recording the video. As he uploaded it on the internet to see what others had to say about it, he got hundreds of multiple theories from people. For some, it was the rake, while for others, it was just a homeless man scared of someone finding out his hiding place. This happened in India when a lion entered a building while the security guard was just sitting at the entrance. As the guy failed to see what had happened and how a potentially dangerous predator had entered the building, he went back to his seat without investigating the matter. The lion, on the other hand, went inside and wandered here and there for quite some time. Unable to find any human, it gave up soon and went back up through the gate and probably moved to the next building. The guard had very little clue to what was happening there. Even if he saw the lion before going in, I am not sure he would have been able to do anything. This video comes from Japan and was recorded by two paranormal explorers. While exploring an abandoned asylum, they encountered a corner and captured something incredibly strange. The girl holding the camera couldn't believe her eyes and went behind the corner to verify if what she saw was real, but there was no one there. Upon slowing down the video, a tiny humanoid creature becomes visible, peeking from the corner. This creature bears a resemblance to what many people describe as a goblin, a small, grotesque, and monstrous being found in the folklore of various European cultures. While goblins are typically not portrayed as scary or dangerous, the existence of such creatures in our world is both strange and intriguing, hidden from our awareness. Moreover, it raises the possibility that other, potentially more menacing creatures may also inhabit our world, concealed from our sight. This unsettling video comes from Spain and showcases a mysterious and somewhat disgusting creature. At first glance, the creature appears to be a mass resembling a brain from some unknown animal. However, upon closer inspection, it becomes apparent that it's a collection of gooey worms intertwined together. Surrounding this bizarre entity are freely moving bugs, detached and seemingly unaffected. The worms within the blob exhibit minimal movement, creating an eerie scene. As the cameraman zooms out, it becomes evident that this strange entity is partially submerged in water, and the worms are freely strolling around in it. The overall sight is both mysterious and unsettling, leaving viewers with a sense of discomfort and a desire for such strange entities not to exist in our world. The spine-chilling video originates from a South American warehouse, capturing a truly terrifying sight. The footage begins with a view of the warehouse front, and suddenly, a massive and girthy creature emerges from its side. Initially resembling a bear, a closer look reveals that it is something altogether different, with distinctive features such as a hunched back and long arms. The creature, covered in medium-length black fur, strolls casually across the camera frame. Following the video, the warehouse security guard shared his experience, mentioning that he had heard a strange growling in the middle of the night, initially dismissing it as potentially mountain lions due to the warehouse's proximity to the forest. He now realizes the gravity of the situation after witnessing the mysterious creature on camera. Whether you're someone who believes in ghosts or dismisses their existence, this video from 2014 might just make you reconsider your stance. The eerie footage captured by a home security camera is enough to send shivers down anyone's spine. The camera was pointed down a house corridor when it unexpectedly caught the silhouette of a figure in the darkness. This ghostly apparition resembled a creepy, long-haired lady in a white dress, standing motionless and fixated on something in the distance. After a moment, the ghostly figure begins to walk, mysteriously disappearing into the shadows of the corridor. Even watching this from the safety of my home, the sight was truly chilling. Now, I find myself more cautious when navigating the corridors of my house at night. If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. Back in winter 2003, a security camera at Hampton Court Palace captured something quite extraordinary. The footage shows the front, and out of the blue, the door swings open. Out walks a person, but there's something really strange about them. Instead of regular hands, this person seems skeletal in nature, with a big robe on it. As far as I heard, this footage was taken when no one was supposed to be there, especially no one dressed this strangely. The creature opens the door briefly, and we only get a glimpse of it in a couple of frames. To me, this creature seems to be a lost soul, forever reliving their moments in that palace. And that is because the way it is dressed is too odd, resembling a bit the way royalty used to dress back in the 16th century. Some folks who saw this video online suggested it was a setup made by some employees there in order to gather more visitors. However, I'm leaning towards my theory. What are your thoughts on what this creature might be? If you're not a fan of snakes, you might want to skip this clip. The video, coming from South Africa, showcases what viewers are calling the snake monster. In the footage, a massive snake is seen tied with chains to the back of a truck. It appears lifeless, likely captured by the locals. The cameraman captures the enormity of this snake. Towards the end of the video, the cameraman focuses on the snake's head, and it's truly unsettling. The head is as wide as an average human and has a frightening, intense gaze. The snake was secured to the truck using large chains and straps, giving us a clear idea of just how colossal it was. A Reddit user claimed to have captured footage of the legendary Slender Man in a field, and they uploaded the video for everyone to see. The recording, taken from a dashcam, shows a car driving along a trail in a calm and cozy countryside. As the car progresses, a figure appears on the left side of the road in the field. This figure is quite tall, and as the car approaches, it seems like it's signaling for the car to stop. However, things take a strange turn when it becomes clear that the figure's hand isn't signaling but reaching out far to grab hold of the car. As the figure extends its hand, the driver swerves off the road, crashing into a tree, and the video abruptly ends. The figure bears a resemblance to the popular image of Slender Man, with a tall and slender body and a featureless face. Anyways, I hope the driver was okay, and it seems likely since they were the one who uploaded the video. I don't understand why some drivers choose to venture into desolate forest trails in the middle of the night. This video is from one such daring driver who shared dashcam footage from their car. The footage reveals an empty forest trail with a tall woods entrance in the front. The car casually makes its way into the woods, and as it does, something from the side woods crosses the trail in front. The headlights capture this figure, and upon seeing it, the driver stops the car and the video ends. To me, this creature appeared humanoid in its walk and posture. However, it had a hunched back and towering height, leading me to believe it could be a Bigfoot. This video is from East India, and it captures a strange mutation in a cow. The cow's face resembles that of a human, with features like a nose, mouth, and eyes. The rest of its body seems unaffected, except for its hind legs, which appear skinny and bent the wrong way. The oddity of this mutation poses challenges for the cow, making basic activities like breathing and eating difficult. Unfortunately, animals with genetic disorders like this usually have a shorter lifespan due to the difficulties they face in essential life activities. However, I hope for the best for this cow and wish that it can overcome these challenges. So far, we've only explored a mere 5% of our oceans, leaving a whopping 95% uncharted. It makes me curious about the creatures that might inhabit that vast unknown territory. This video, shared on a YouTube channel, showcases a strange aquatic creature in the act of devouring a fish. The creature appears to be entirely made of skin, boasting a smooth texture across its body. As the camera zooms out, we realize the creature is quite massive, with an elongated body and a snake-like mouth. It swallows the fish whole, and surprisingly, it seems to have no teeth. This creature is both fascinating and terrifying. Its appearance, with no face, legs, or fins, raises questions about its nature. The way it devours the fish is reminiscent of something out of a nightmare. It's a strange sight with a long, smooth-skinned body that leaves us with more questions than answers. Have you watched Lord of the Rings and seen those tall giants? They seemed like mythical creatures, right? Well, what if I told you there's a video suggesting that giants might have actually existed among us? A lady uploaded this video on Facebook while she was on a train passing through a mountainous area. In the distance, she recorded something incredibly strange and captivating. There, on the ground, were a giant humanoid skull, ribcage, and other bones, just lying there in the middle of nowhere. It's tempting to think these could be the remains of a giant humanoid, but there might be a logical explanation. It's possible these are proportional props, maybe for some movie promotion strategically placed in the landscape. But you may never know, we do have a lot of tales throughout the whole world that giants roam the earth. Imagine you're awakened in the dead of night by loud banging noises at your front door. When you investigate, you're met with this disturbing sight. This image, captured by a surveillance camera in South Dakota, reveals a man or creature's face peering into the house through a broken part of the door. Despite the potential humanoid features visible, it's a disconcerting scene, especially as you can see the person's facial features and hand through the damaged door. Even if it turns out to be a human, the intensity with which he gazes into the house is unsettling. The reflection of the camera's flashlight in the man's eyes adds an extra layer of chilling detail. Regardless of his intentions, whether it be burglary or something more sinister, this incident serves as a reminder to consider reinforcing home security. Installing metal doors at your house's main entrance can offer better protection, as wooden doors like this one can be relatively easy to break through. Do you believe in aliens? If not, this video might just change your perspective. The footage is from an industrial zone in Alaska, capturing a weird object flying in the sky recorded by workers on site. The object has an unusual cigar-like shape with lights covering its body, and it was moving at a relatively low pace, suggesting it was observing the industrial zone. However, these satellites typically don't fly at such low altitudes, and after searching online, I didn't find any shape like the one in the video. If it's not a satellite, then it could indeed be an unidentified flying object of some kind. What are your thoughts on this? This video was captured by a lady who arrived home at 4 o'clock in the morning and noticed strange footprints in the snow outside her neighbor's house. She recorded these footprints, which encircled her neighbor's house. The strange thing about these prints is that they were unfamiliar and didn't resemble those of any known creature. What particularly concerned the lady was that these footprints were also present in front of her house, but there were only 4 of them. There were no other footprints around, suggesting that this mysterious creature may have approached the lady's house and either flew away or jumped and vanished. The shape and size of these footprints were unusual, and the lady provided a comparison with her own foot to highlight their larger size. While some viewers suggested that these footprints could be from a giant boar, the lady expressed doubt, as the footprints in the video didn't match those typically associated with boar.
Y'all see this? The size of my footprint. There ain't no damn bird that damn big. No bird. So what the hell?
I'm not sure if this man was displaying bravery or if he was simply acting recklessly, but one thing was certain: he was in significant danger. This video is from Hyderabad, India, where an African lion was confined in a zoo enclosure. However, there was a man sitting on the top of the enclosure wall, dangerously close to the lion. It appeared as though he could fall at any moment, right in front of the lion. The lion, in turn, seemed to be waiting for the man to jump down, observing him closely. Spectators were screaming for the man to step back and retreat, but he paid no heed to their warnings. Eventually, local police arrived, escorted the man away, and later arrested him for violating zoo rules. This man's actions were undeniably risky, and one misstep from him could have led to a sight that the onlookers would never forget. Ever wondered what a Bigfoot scream sounds like? This video is from a YouTuber who was exploring the forest. While venturing in, he heard an unusual scream and rumbling noises emanating from the nearby woods. He heard the trees shaking around him. Swiftly panning the camera toward the source of the shaking, he captured a glimpse of a large and hefty creature, causing the disturbance. The creature noticed the YouTuber, emitting a truly terrifying scream. Upon hearing the spine-chilling scream, the YouTuber quickly fled for his life, and the video came to an end. In terms of appearance, this creature checked all the boxes for Bigfoot. Massive size, a hairy body, and a humanoid posture. It was undoubtedly the legendary Bigfoot. This video felt like something straight out of a nightmare, and the scream from the Bigfoot-like creature was absolutely hair-raising. If you got so far in the video, it means you're a dedicated viewer. Thank you. And if you subscribe and hit the bell button, I promise to keep posting these for you to enjoy. A trail camera, initially installed to capture the mothering process of a bird, unexpectedly recorded a rare sighting. In the video, we can see a bird nest with 2 baby birds. However, on the ground below, a strange being passes through the frame. At first glance, it may resemble a bear, but upon closer inspection, its posture differs significantly. This creature appears to be humanoid, but is covered in thick black fur. The research group that set up this camera had deployed cameras in various parts of the forest, and this creature was also captured in multiple locations. According to the researchers, this creature emerges in the morning to search for food and returns when the sun sets. This newfound information about these legendary creatures is quite fascinating and contributes to our understanding of them. A video was posted on Facebook with the uploader showcasing the beautiful scenery captured around his field. However, most of the comments on the video were focused on something different. Viewers pointed out a black creature lurking in the footage. This creature hid from the camera momentarily and then moved off into the woods. The uploader mentioned that he didn't see or notice this creature, as he was recording from a considerable distance. To me, this creature resembles a Sasquatch based on its appearance, but I can't say for certain. What are your thoughts on this creature? Do you think it was a Sasquatch or something else? This video comes from a lady who was heading home after her night shift. Since the usual road was closed, she opted for a desolate forest trail, leading to an encounter she'll likely remember forever. She captured something strange on camera. While recording, a ghostly, transparent figure materialized out of thin air and swiftly crossed the road. This translucent, humanoid-shaped black figure moved with a posture resembling a human. The lady, understandably frightened, ended the video. The figure gives off a ghostly vibe, appearing like a passing spirit, caught inadvertently on camera. Despite this ghostly encounter, the lady's decision to get out of her car and record with her phone was risky. Apart from encountering a ghost, she could have faced other potentially dangerous situations as well. Here's another intriguing aquatic creature, this time from the Gulf of Mexico. In the video, a fisherman proudly displays a strange-looking fish he caught from the sea. At first glance, the fish seems quite normal as it swims, similar to any other fish. However, the real surprise comes when the fisherman lifts it up to reveal its bottom and face. This fish is unlike anything seen before. It sports 4 fins and an unusual alien-like face with an elongated Pinocchio-like nose and large eyes. The mouth is particularly strange and doesn't resemble a typical fish mouth at all. Additionally, from the bottom, its side fins appear to be a unique combination of hands and fins. The fisherman's catch is undeniably bizarre, and it could possibly be a new species of fish discovered in that area. Forest camping adventures are usually a lot of fun, but at any time, things can take a surprising turn. In this video, recorded by a man during a camping trip with his family, we spot a gigantic humanoid creature in the distance. This creature appears exceptionally tall and seems to be covered in thick black fur. It's bending down, as if collecting something from the ground. After some time, the creature apparently senses that it's being recorded and makes a hasty escape, bringing the video to an end. Judging by its appearance, it certainly resembles the legendary Bigfoot, although it's possible that it might be someone playing a prank in a Bigfoot costume. Regardless, whatever it was an incredibly captivating sight for the family on their camping adventure. This video, originating from Reddit and recorded in Brazil back in 2016, captures a breathtaking view of a forest as seen by a hiker from a cliff. However, what adds a fascinating twist to the scene is the presence of a mysterious creature flying in the distance, reminiscent of a massive dragon. Remarkably, this creature was not a one-time sighting, as another person from a different location in the Amazon forest also spotted it. In the second video, the creature appears massive, boasting a long tail and substantial wingspan. The creature's appearance raises questions about whether the footage is genuine or possibly created through computer-generated imagery. Opinions on the creature's identity vary among viewers, with the creature being captured in 2 separate videos. The mystery persists, leaving room for speculation.
For more strange and interesting footage, check this out.